Yo, what is going on to all my peoples? Yes, we gonna do another movie review. It's going down. Y'all know that. We going. Yo, look, man. We gonna keep pushing out this content for you guys, man. Cause I know you guys. You know you may catch on to it late, but you guys are gonna catch on. So today I'm glad to present to you the Super Mario movie review, Super Mario Brothers, sorry, movie review. And yeah, man, um, I watched it the other day with my nephew, and it actually was a good movie. I actually was kind of surprised of how well they did in bringing everything together and working it out into a movie. So let's let's break this thing down. So the beginning, I guess, is taking place. I forgot where the Penguins is from. I know the Darklands is where Bowser and the Koopas. He's the king of the Koopas. He's really a turtle. I don't know if he's a snapping turtle or not, but he comes and he invades the Penguin Kingdom. And Bowser comes there with the Koopas, Goombas, and and he's there for a purpose. He's there because he wants to get the superstar. He believes in obtaining the superstar. He'll be able to rule the Mushroom Kingdom, and he secretly has a fetish with Princess Peach. I gotta give the Penguins credit for defending the superstars or whatever. At first, when the movie starts off, you think, when Bowser says, "Yo, hand over the superstar or die," and you see the shadow of the Penguins, you think that they're ruthless, but not really. All they do is really throw snowballs, and you got to realize Bowser, he breathes fire, so it's very ineffective to him. And basically, what ends up happening is Bowser uses his fire breath and brings down the castle, which then he finds the superstar in the box, and he ends up obtaining the superstar. The Penguins didn't put up much of a fight because I got to be honest with you, as a little kid, I always felt like, what I mean, the Penguin board was very hard. When I was really little, when I was a baby playing Mario 64. But right after that, we go into Mario. We go into Mario and Luigi and their commercial. Uh, Now Mario and Luigi are from Brooklyn. They're they're from. See, I kind of want to make this a question, but you know what? A lot of y'all ain't gonna remember because a lot of y'all not from New York, so y'all won't remember. Only the people from New York is gonna know. They from Brooklyn, but I want to know what part of Brooklyn they from. But I'm gonna let you know now because I'm gonna ask that question later for a prize. That's gonna be part of one of my giveaways. They're from Flatbush. I'm surprised they weren't from Bensonhurst, but they're from Flatbush. And actually, even though it's like one of those Pixar type of movies, I could kind of tell that it is Flatbush. Um, yeah, so Mario and Luigi, they spend their life savings on a commercial because they're down to go into business for themselves. And they leave their old boss and they see their commercial at the pizza restaurant and their old boss is there. And he basically is down in the commercial and downing them, saying that they're, basically never going to achieve anything. And then he tries to bully Luigi, their old boss. And Mario, of course, stands up for Luigi. He's the older brother. Reminds me of myself, even though Luigi's a bit taller and stuff like that. That's how I always had to do for my little brother. So it made complete sense. And as the former boss walks out, Luigi and Mario's commercial must have did pretty well because they end up getting a call. They get their first call now that they're in the business for themselves. And they're both very happy. They're plumbers. The car's not working. So, they book it uh, uh, by foot. And make their way over to where the problem is that needs to be fixed. One thing I could say about Mario and Luigi, I like how ambitious they were. You know what I mean? It kind of really shows. Luigi was more of the scared, timid one. Mario was definitely the older brother, brave, putting it all on the line. And the customers, so they actually get to the house, and the customers that they're helping look like they, got a lot of money. They look like they have a lot of money. They have a pet dog, and Luigi ends up breaking his bone. And when he ends up breaking his rawhide bone, Francis, the dog, oh man, he never forgave either of them. He was cool with them up until they broke his bone. Once they broke his bone, and it was a simple fix. And the dog is hysterical because he ends up ruining the sink. They actually ended up fixing the sink, but the dog Francis because he was so unforgiving and unrelenting when it came to Luigi breaking his his rawhide bone is actually kind of irrational, like how the dog acted. But I guess I get it. You know what I mean? Because he really like was stopping at nothing to make sure like he foiled any plans that Mario and Luigi had on, fixing the house. So it's really hysterical to actually watch that. And the dog really pursues him. It's not like the dog, he forgets about it. The dog almost goes out the window to try to get them, and then they end up saving him with a plunger. Then the wife and the husband end up coming back in the house. I mean, in the bathroom. And, and it was just a bad day for Mario and Luigi. You know what I mean? Nothing got fixed. The dog ruined it worse. Uh, they end up getting home. They got a big family. They all at the dinner table. And I guess their family is making fun of Mario and Luigi and saying how basically the commercial, they're joking about their commercial, which I don't know how people in the family could be joking about them. They actually was on TV. You know what I mean? What's the rest of the family doing that's so great? So I don't see why, you should be encouraging your family to try to do and get their own business, not work for somebody else. The only one that seemed to have a heart, soul, or a conscience was the mother. The mother was proud of him. The dad, very disappointed in the dad. He tries to tell him not to live out his dream and stop bringing down his brother with him. Like, that's terrible. I would never say that to my child. That's terrible. So Mario, we get back to Mario. He's sobbing in his room. He's actually playing a Nintendo game. How ironic. And Luigi, he tried to comfort his brother by telling him like, "Yo, you're not bringing me down" and stuff like that. Then a commercial pops up where there's a flood in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? It's like a major flood. So Mario sees this, excuse me, as a great opportunity, to catapult his business. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing. He's by any means necessary trying to catapult his business. That he actually goes underneath. He goes underneath the sewer and finds the pressure valve, and he finds the problem. But the problem with that is it's gonna lead them to a whole nother adventure. So this, one thing I learned though is Mario definitely doesn't give up easily. Uh, he doesn't end up fixing the pressure valve, and they end up in another place in the sewer. And Mario and Luigi, they're kind of lost and don't know where they are. And they come across this pipe. Well, first Luigi discovers it and it kind of like vacuums him into another dimension. And then Mario looking for Luigi, he kind of gets vacuumed in the pipe too. So they both end up diving in there, going into another dimension. Luigi goes to the Darklands, and Mario, his lucky at behind pot. Let me say it like my mama used to say. And he ends up going to the Mushroom Kingdom. They end up getting split up. These is two brothers that did, do everything together. So for them to be split up, I know they kind of were lost. But to me, this is actually very symbolic here because it kind of represents, like, even if you're part of a team or a crew or anything like that, even if it's you or your siblings, there's going to come a point in time where, you're going to get split up and you're going to have to go your own way. So Mario ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom, and the first person that he meets in the Mushroom Kingdom is Toad. He ends up meeting Toad, and he touches the mushroom. Toad told him, "Don't touch the mushroom." This is all kind of odd to Mario because he's like a little mushroom guy is talking and stuff like that, and he didn't even think it was real. Toad has to hit him with the stick for him to know that it's real. It's like a whole nother universe that he's in. And then he asks about, does he possibly know where his brother is? And basically Toad ends up telling him that he's lost in the Darklands. Uh, he asks for Toad's help, and he was like, he has to go see Princess Peach. And then we go back to the scene where you see Luigi's. I'm kind of mad too, y'all. I don't know where my picture of Princess Peach went, but it's cool. Thought I definitely thought I had all the pictures in here, but oh, I do. What happened? Excuse me, y'all. But Luigi, he ends up getting chased in the dark lands. Eventually ends up becoming captured. You know, Luigi isn't the bravest. And then we switch back to Mario. Mario, he's headed to the princess. You know, the Mushroom Kingdom. You know, it looks just like the video game. You know, I did appreciate that. You know, what I mean, it was way better than this. Y'all remember? Do y'all remember this one? Horrible, horrible. I don't even know why they did this movie. And it's funny because Mario arrives at the castle, and when he arrives at the castle, there's two, you know, two guards at the door, and you know they try not to let him in and stuff like that. But Toad ends up working out a scheme and makes a distraction for Mario so that Mario could enter the castle and talk to Princess Peach. Around the time Mario is trying to enter the castle, Princess Peach is devising a plan to join with the Kongs and try to join forces so that they could stop Bowser from taking over the Mushroom Kingdom. Because after he takes over the Mushroom Kingdom, you know he's gonna come for the Kong Kingdom. So that's Princess Peach plan. She wants to plan to go over there and join forces and see if she could have Kong's army and troops join with her so that they could stop Bowser and foil his evil plans. I'm sorry, it's the Jungle Kingdom. The Jungle Kingdom. It's funny because as soon as Mario, she does a freaking takedown move. When Mario first pops up, she didn't know what to think of Mario. And Peach is the only human in that kingdom. So it's kind of weird for her seeing another human being. Because she's been there since she was a child, which we'll learn as I further break down the story. I have to say, great dialogue, great everything. This was good, and I liked how they incorporated stuff from the video game. So I have to give credit. Um, Now, if you want me to be honest with you, what was better, this or Sonic? I don't know. I have to go back and watch the Sonics, but Sonics weren't bad. Sonics weren't bad. Um, but getting back to the story now, Peach is training Mario. She puts him on like this obstacle course and teaches him about the power ups and things like that. Some of the mushrooms they give you the ability to fly. Um, some of the boxes give you the ability to be a cat and have the speed and reflexes of. It's just so many different variety of things. Some you can use for ice, others you can use for fire. Uh, they call them power ups. And Peach, let me tell you, she completed that obstacle course with no problem with her dress on. That is a shame. And Mario, it took him like 80 times. And I remember Mario saying, like, you don't have to try to make me feel better. She was like, I failed the first time I did it. And then he's like, really? She was like, no. So she got it the first time she ever did it. But she did bring up a good point, which I thought was a good point. Like, she grew up there. She grew up there. So now they end up traveling to the Jungle Kingdom. They travel to the Jungle Kingdom and ask for Cranky Kong, who's Donkey Kong's father, if they can use the army, to fight off Bowser. And the only condition is if Mario could defeat Donkey Kong. If Mario can defeat Donkey Kong, then it wouldn't even matter. Of course, they will let him uh, use their army and trying to fight King Bowser. It ends up being a real tussle. Mario, in the beginning, he is getting, when I tell you he is getting his butt whooped all over the Jungle Kingdom, it's not even funny. But then Mario uses the cat power up. Once he used that cat power up and he realizes what he could do and the abilities that it grants him, Donkey Kong ain't even stand a chance. Um, Mario ends up defeating Donkey Kong. When he defeats Donkey Kong, Cranky Kong agrees and honors his agreement, and they all plot to take on Bowser. That's the game plan. That's the idea. But they have to travel to get there to the Dark Land. So Cranky Kong gives them carts. This is what we get to see the Mario Kart. Imagination coming through. And they all pick out their vehicles. Mario picks out his. And so he pick out something that looked like a Hummer with a roof on it, or a Jeep. And they make their way there, but Bowser ends up knowing that they're making their way over here, so he's able to intercept and travel. And basically, he sends, his Koopas and they're all on their way. And Mario and Donkey Kong actually end up falling down into the water. And that point right there, definitely sees it. speech, ends up going back to the Mushroom Kingdom, telling, the rest of the people what happened, how Donkey Kong had to work out Mario. But she still wants to fight. Bowser ends up getting over there. Bowser basically gives Peach an ultimatum. Either she's to marry him, or he's going to use the superstar power up and destroy the kingdom. So basically, Peach has no choice. She has to. In order to save, you know, but she devises a plan. She devises a plan, and basically she uses, I forgot, I don't remember if it's a mushroom that gives you the ice powers, but yeah, she takes that route. Doesn't work out too well. Freezes Bowser. Tries to help Luigi and the other prisoners not fall into the lava. The liquid hot magma. And meanwhile, Mario and Donkey Kong are making their way back. Mario and Donkey Kong make their way back and basically, stop all of King Bowser's ideas. Mario uses the squirrel power up, and he flies, and man, Mario got used to that thing real fast. I'll tell you that. And basically, Mario ends up launching a bomb, and the bomb goes through the pipe, and that pipe is like the plane between the regular world and the Mushroom Kingdom world and the Darklands and stuff like that. So he kind of ends up back in Flatbush. Bowser is getting ready to absorb the superstar, but Mario and Luigi absorb the superstar, and they work together, and it gets real ugly real fast for King Bowser, and basically Mario ends up saving Brooklyn, the Mushroom Kingdom, and the Jungle Kingdom, and all of that. So it was to be honest with you, it was a good movie. It wasn't too long. They gave you enough. Now, I just want to say this. Because the first one is good, that does not mean the second one will be good. Now, look, I will say this. I know we need Wario in the next one. They said they want Pedro Pascal as this is my dude. I love him in The Mandalorian. I'm actually binge watching it right now on Disney Plus. You know what I mean? It's my guy right here. Didn't like him too much in Wonder Woman 1984. Wasn't crazy about that one. But I definitely like the idea. Jack Black recommended this. It said he wants him as Wario. So that would be interesting. I definitely think Wario should be next in line as far as bad guys go. We already got Bowser, so now it's time for Wario. Wario is like a reverse Mario. He represent the darker side if Mario would have took the dark path. You see, it's basically his hat is an upside down M. And an upside down M is a W, so Wario. Like I said, love the movie. It was great for the kids. It wasn't boring. It wasn't repetitive. They had good comedy moments in there. So it was a good movie, man. I just hope that they don't mess up part two because I done seen this a lot recently where what I mean, you could end up loving part one, but then once it ends up coming to part two, they end up messing everything up. But I'm getting ready to get up out of here, y'all. Salute to the family. Salute to Comic Cons. I will be breaking down another review and also breaking down comics and games and all that good stuff on this channel. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. I'm a Wario. I'm a gonna win.